What's up, my guys? And welcome back to the Wrestling Report Card. I'm your host, Cody, and for those of y'all that don't know how this works out, is I'll take one of them there wrestling shows, and I'll take each match, I'll give it a letter grade, and at the end, I'll tally them some bitches up and give that show its own report card. So today, we're talking AEW Dynamite, and if you know, you know. He's back, baby. He's back. For those of y'all that don't know, you're going to have to stay tuned, or you could probably just fast forward to the end and see what it is. But not only do we have that huge return, we got CM Punk opening the show, and he gets into a heated segment with Jon Moxley. I tell you what, not only that, but we got Bryan Danielson taking on Daniel Garcia in a physical match. So, without further ado, no more time on this intro. Buckle up your seatbelts, and let's get to grading. With WWE being on fire as of late, it really seems like AEW has its back against the ropes. But no worries, because Uncle Tony came out swinging tonight as we open the show with CM Punk, who came out and issued a challenge to Hangman Page, who I guess has been running his mouth. But Hangman no-showed. CM Punk even went as far to calling that man a coward. We're really going to have to see where that goes. He then moves on to the important shit, the man with the other belt, which is Jon Moxley. He even sent a shot at Eddie Kingston, saying that he was only the second best Kingston that he's ever been in the ring with. And I don't know what CM Punk thought was going to happen, because by God, here comes Jon Moxley. And I tell you what, this thing got personal. After they got done taking shots at each other, these two didn't want to wait till All Out. Oh no, they came to blows in the middle of the damn ring until that pesky security got involved. I'm giving that opening segment an A. Like, it had me up out of my chair multiple times. One thing to notice, however, is that Jon Moxley ended up leaving without his interim title. So next up, on the House of the Dragon Special Edition episode of AEW Dynamite, we have Daniel Garcia taking on the American Dragon in the 2 out of 3 falls match, and we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat sitting ringside. You kind of see the theme there. Now, on to the match. After hitting one of the nastiest pile drivers that I have ever seen, Garcia gets the first win by choking out Danielson in the Dragon Slayer as he moves up 2-0 on their overall series. After Garcia dominated most of the second match, Danielson gets one over on him as the savvy vet hit a surprise roll-up to get the 1-2-3. And I tell you what, this sumbitch was physical throughout the whole match. After about 97 submissions hit, Danielson hit the final one as he applies the LaBelle lock to get the win. But remember, the overall series is still tied at 2-2. Looks like Tony Khan's still swinging, because that's getting an A-. After the match is where things got spicy, because as Bryan Danielson extended his hand to shake Daniel Garcia's, just as Garcia was about to shake it, in comes his mentor, Chris Jericho, who just blindsided Danielson. But into the rescue comes Daniel Garcia as he and Jericho get into it as he shoves him off of Danielson, and you should have heard this crowd just going nuts for him. We moving on though. Next up, Tony Nese was coming down to the ring for a match when the poor guy just got laid out by a pissed off Jon Moxley. He stormed out to the ring, called out CM Punk again, and they had another almost fight that would have happened, but once again, that meddling security got involved. We go straight from that into a face-to-face with Jericho and Steamboat backstage. The Dragon even had to put his hands on one of Jericho's boys, because my guy thought he was slick, but he didn't know Steamboat still got it, my guy. But now we're going to get back to the action. Well, kinda, because next up we got a tag team match as we have the Varsity Blondes taking on the Ass Boys. This match wasn't long as the Ass Boys get the quick W in a surprising squash. After the match, however, the Ass Boys turned around and attacked their own dad, Billy Gunn. But listen, out came the Acclaim to the aid of Daddy Ass, and Sesame Daddy Ass is a thing once again. Wow, I never thought I'd hear those words come out of my mouth in my life. But here we are, I guess. After all that, I'm gonna give it a B-. Like, I guess I'm an Acclaim fan now. And another guy that I used to not be a fan of that I am now is Jungle Boy Jack, who's making his way down to the ring, and he doubles down on his statement that Christian is a female reproductive organ. Jungle Boy then tells him to stop being one and face him at All Out. So Christian comes out and of course he turned him down. Christian then cautiously starts to approach the ring and told Jungle Boy that he's like a son to him, which was the wrong thing to say. As Christian goes to give Jungle Boy a hug, Jungle Boy then says, as he takes Christian down and the two start going at it. Then Jungle Boy just snapped. As he grabbed Christian's arm, he draped that son bitch over the steel steps and he stomped on it, snapping that thing in half. I'm gonna slap a B- on that. Honestly, I was a little bit bored at the start of this, but when Jungle Boy snapped at the end, that all went out the window because I was fully invested. But in our next match, you got Toni Storm taking on the 6'1" Kylynn Kingg in her debut. And Kingg started off strong, however, after some sweet cheap music and a couple of sick DDTs courtesy of Storm, she prevailed and got the 1-2-3 to keep her as the #1 contender for the AEW Women's title, which is held by her tag team partner, Thunder Rosa. Now, I'm going to give that a C+. Honestly, it was a solid match, but with Kingg making her debut, we all knew how this was going to end and that Storm was going to win. This woman division it deserves better. It does. But that's enough talk, because it's time for the main event. In the quarterfinals of the Trios tournament, we got Andrade, Rush, and his little brother Dragon Lee taking on the Young Bucks and their secret partner, coming all the way from Canada and not North Carolina, Kenny, by God Omega, he's back. Like, how are you not lit for that? And outside of a little ring rust by Mr. Kenny, which is normal, even for Kenny by God Omega, he looked great. And I don't know what y'all expected, but yeah, this match was action-packed, as all 6 guys were just going crazy. Even with a crazy flying blockbuster through the ropes by Dragon Lee, it still wasn't enough, as Omega was able to lift Lee up, hit the one-winged angel, and get the 1-2-3 in his big return. If you think Kenny Omega coming back to wrestling is a bad thing, I honestly don't know what to tell you, my guy. As for my end, I'm going to give that a B+. Great match, also great showing for Dragon Lee. And how do his own teammates repay him, you might ask? Well, his own brother, Rush, helped unmask him and then fed him into Andrade, who gave him the hammerlock DDT. And even though that seems bad for now, it's not bad moving forward, because this guy is going to do great when he turns babyface. Sheesh. What a lot of action tonight. With the back against the ropes, AEW comes out swinging. And y'all know how this show goes. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B. That's right, in 86%. Haha, what an episode and what a way to answer as WWE be coming with them blows. Hey, other than that though, I'm your host Cody. I do appreciate everybody that has tuned in. If you haven't already, please like, comment, or even subscribe. That would be kind of dope. Other than that, I hope everybody stays safe and have a nice day.